I'd like to speak out on behalf of the current crop of federal politicians. As a political advisor, there's a flaw in my professional behaviour. The cause of it? World weariness, a cynicism born of years listening to platitudes. Anyway, I've used my influence to spoil. The Prime Minister came to me with an early election plan. I told him to hang out as long as possible, knowing full well that after months of phony campaigning, the public would wilt, and faced with 6 weeks of polls and promises and finger-pointing ping-pong. I apologise. Bob Brown came to me with some interesting ideas. It must have been something I had in my breakfast. I can remember thinking, what policy can I sell him that will secure his position in the political wilderness? I pushed him and pushed him to call for a total ban on our lucrative coal exports. I apologise to all of his supporters who thought he might have a chance of entering the mainstream. I was at the other end of the radio receiver in Peter Costello's ear when the 5-year-old asked him who made cactuses. I could have said, nobody made cactuses. They belong in the class of natural phenomena called plant life and are governed by natural selection. But I told him to tell the little kid, God made cactuses. I told Kevin Andrews to say, all Sudanese are criminals. I told Malcolm Turnbull to go to cabinet with the Kyoto Protocol. But my worst crimes have been directed at Kevin Rudd. Why am I picking on him? Am I jealous? Do I think he's having too easy a run? I don't know, but I just can't help giving him advice that will dull his shine amongst Labor supporters. I've pitched it perfectly. They'll still vote for him, but their ticks will look a little sad. He wanted to support gay marriages. He said to me, look, why can't people like Justice Michael Kirby and Senator Bob Brown enjoy the same benefits as Chopper Read and the bloke who ran his 3 kids into the dam? I said to him, Kevin, you're talking the sanctity of marriage. He said, well, okay, then what about a civil marriage? If 2 blokes are shacked up together, why can't they have the same... Oh, Kevin! I interrupted him. You're talking Mandarin, mate. He tried another pitch. He said, well, what about the sanctity of human life? Let's suppose the execution of the Bali bombers. I said to him, Kevin, would you deny those blokes martyrdom and the pleasures of paradise? Why? And he said, so they look like run-of-the-mill murderers. And maybe we can get some leverage to save our nationals facing the chop over there. I said to him, Kevin, you're talking Mandarin, mate. Then he started piping up on behalf of the unions. I interrupted him immediately. I said, Kevin, it'll just look like a cheap election stunt. You're talking Mandarin. He walked away, looking sad and dejected. A bit like how I imagine those little ticks are going to look on the ballot papers. Philip Ruddock's been very quiet this campaign. I think I might head over and give him some advice.